Mr President, I give notice that on the next sitting day I will move 1, that this House notes that A, on 19 October 2020, in the middle of a global pandemic and a recession, Ausgrid announced that 230 jobs would be cut. A further 270 jobs will also be axed prior to 2024. B, Ausgrid has been moving to outsource its permanent employed workforce with insecure contract work with poor working conditions. C, Ausgrid has failed to sincerely present all relevant information to the unions regarding the proposed outsourcing, including the impact of those changes on employees and processes to mitigate the adverse impact on staff. D, in reference to Ausgrid's most recent job cuts, Richard Gross, Ausgrid's CEO, stated that redundancies were, and I quote, to keep the lights on for households and make energy as affordable as possible. E, Richard Gross cut 365 jobs in 2019, resulting in Ausgrid failing to deliver a complete $35 million worth of work that had been scheduled. F, 5,000 jobs have been axed at Ausgrid since the company was privatised in 2015. G, Ausgrid has been failing to deliver essential services with its already reduced workforce. Within the last year, Ausgrid was unable to adequately respond to storms in New South Wales. The lack of adequate staffing resulted in an unprecedented plea from Ausgrid to the government to call in the army for support, a public concession that they did not have enough resources. H, cutting the jobs of highly experienced and skilled workers will only adversely impact the people of New South Wales. I, the privatisation of Ausgrid has been a failure for New South Wales residents. Despite promises from the Liberal and National Government, instead of lower prices and higher reliability, we have instead witnessed increased blackouts and delays in restoration of power and increases in electricity prices. J, the government is still a significant shareholder, having 49.6% of that company. K, at the time of privatisation, members of the government stated that they would retain significant control and oversight of the leased electricity entities, yet the government has not exercised any interest in using this control and oversight on behalf of the New South Wales taxpayers. 2, that this House calls on A, the CEO of Ausgrid, to reverse the decision to axe the jobs of highly skilled and experienced workers, which are needed to ensure that the residents of our state receive adequate electricity services and supply, and B, the government, as a major shareholder and owner of Ausgrid, to protect workers during a global pandemic by calling for these job cuts to be halted and engage in proper consultation with unions and employees.